Hello and welcome everybody. So it's been a week since the last update and look at this, there's another update for Pokemon Unite China version, which does include things that have changed for the Auto Battler. So we're just gonna go through those updates like we did last time and see what happened, what got buffed, what got nerfed, and I'll give you a little bit of my feedback on that. Alright, subscribe. So here are the patch notes for the update. Now everything is in Chinese like last time, so I will be using my phone to translate this, and I'll tell you what means. So this update is going to come in on February 19th, 8:30 China time, I assume, which would probably fall somewhere about tonight, 7:30 p.m. Eastern time. I will be streaming at that time, so I will be streaming with the new patch later on this evening. So we'll test it out, all of the changes, and we'll see how it all looks. So this is Chinese character for number 2. So I'm starting to recognize some of the things. This is the hologrid war called, whatever it's called, and this means beta mode. So let's see with my translation. Yeah. So here are the first changes. So the first changes, they're changing some of the text. And main update. After the update, you can no longer see the specific opponent for the next battle. That's a big one because you do rely on looking at your opponent in order to reposition yourself so that you can have a better match. But you will probably not be able to see that anymore. That's as interesting. Or maybe you will still be able to see the opponents, but you won't know who you are paired up against. Which is also interesting because depending on if you're playing against a weaker or against a stronger opponent, you would take different decisions. So that's interesting. So like I said, they're changing the text optimization troublemaker to elusive. Not sure what that is. Following items have optimized their text description. So the original effects remain unchanged. Okay, so the effects have changed, they just changed the names for the text for a bunch of items. All right, moving on. So Pokemon projection adjustments. So unless otherwise specified, the following adjustments to Pokemon projections include all star levels. Okay, Gengar, Sludge Bomb damage. It says increased, but I guess that's decreased because it goes from 375 to 350. Okay, so the little nerf on Sludge Bomb, nerf on Dream Eater, nerf on Unite move from Gengar. I have not seen too much Gengar, so the few times that I did see Gengar, it was just one-shotting everybody. So I assume that it's a good nerf, but I haven't seen him that much. I don't think it needed. So next one on the list, we have the Ivory Pig. I guess that's Mama Swine. Frozen Tooth, duration change from 5 seconds to 3 seconds. Not sure what they mean by duration change, because is it the duration of the stun? I don't think the stun was 5 seconds before. Or is this how often can you cast? So if it's that means that it's above. And the special, so the Unite move conditions adjusted to every 6 seconds. I suppose that before, and I've seen this kind of phrasing throughout the patch, I feel like before the conditions for using your Unite move was about how often do you get hit, and now they're changing it to a timed condition. So regardless of how often you get hit, you're gonna Unite every X number of seconds, which I find I will need to see if it's I think it's a nerf overall, because you can play around with the swings of the battle. So if you have, let's say, 3 people attacking that one Umbreon is going to keep on uniting until it becomes a one-on-one, and then Umbreon will probably go down to a stronger Pokemon. However, now Umbreon will have no chance. We'll see how that actually plays out. Urshifu. So the Unite move, attack speed increased after normal attack from 15 to 10. So that's another nerf for Urshifu. It's good. Urshifu is still very strong. Even with this, I think Urshifu is not going to be as much of a 1v9 Pokemon, but I think it's still going to be quite strong. So next we have the Sniper 3 Owl. That's Decidueye. Flying Leaf Blade, additional attack is fixed to attack the second closest opponent. So instead of going to 3 opponents randomly, I think it goes to only the closest opponent. And the Shadow attack, which is I believe the Unite move, adjusted to launch a Shadow attack to the closest opponent as well. So instead of going in the back line to the furthest, it goes to the closest. That's an unfortunate, well, but it does a lot more damage. It's almost doubles in damage, like 80% more damage. That's substantial. So we'll see how that plays out. Alola Ninetale, so the Dazzling Gleam Magic Flash, damage increased from 152 to 170. That's something. And the Avalanche damage increased from 126 to 140. We haven't really used Avalanche all that much because the Magic Flash, the good thing is that it can freeze multiple opponents, so it creates a mass stun, which is always useful. But Avalanche, we'll need to test out Avalanche. But it's a buff for A9. It needed a buff. It wasn't very strong. San Ibrahimovic. So we assume that that's Espion. Auxiliary power, damage increased from 130, 133.90 to 140, 144.20. So okay, not sure what auxiliary power is. I think auxiliary power, it's either its Unite move or it's that second attack. But the second attack, I think it's I don't know what it's called. Well, okay, so some move got its damage increased and also adjusted to attack the nearest target. Okay, so it must be the Unite move. I think it's the Unite move. Lightning Bird, Zapdos. The initial move progress bar increases by 10 points. Okay, that's good. That's good. Zapdos, its Unite move is strong. Its move is actually strong too. However, it was always taking a while to charge. So when it would start facing one-on-one versus a diver, it had no chance. But it was still not as substantial in terms of damage as you would want it to be. So I think that's good. Quailong, not sure what Quailong is, but attack speed increases from 0.8 to 0.9. I guess that's a decrease, attack speed decrease. For some reason in Chinese they always say increase, but I think what they mean is changed. So yeah. Rock Hall Crab, that's Crustle. Special move usage condition adjusted to every 8 seconds. Okay, so the Unite move is every 8 seconds. Blastoise, Unite move adjusted every 7 seconds. Mime, Unite move adjusted every 6 seconds. Okay. Lapras, Unite move adjusted every 8 seconds. And the shield amount increased from 22 to 26 and 66 to 78. Okay, so so for Pokemon like Lapras, this change I think makes a lot of sense because it would often be the last one standing if it had the Unite, and what would end up happening is that it would just drive constantly around the enemy Pokemon, and it wasn't necessarily knocking them out. Sometimes it would, but it would just often waste time because all of the Pokemon would run around the map to chase the Lapras instead of being able to attack it. And by the time would be up and it would be a draw, which would not be fair. Oftentimes it's like one Lapras versus 5 Pokemon, so it's clearly the Lapras team lost. But just because of the mechanics of the Unite move, it wouldn't lose. So I think that's fair. Kirbymon, Cleffa, special move usage condition to every 7 seconds. Okay, so that's the Unite move every 7 seconds. Special move. I'm not sure what is the Unite move and what is the actual move. I think special move is not the Unite move. So Lapras, that means that's not the Unite move. It's the special move. So that's the Water Pulse. So for Cleffa, it's every 7 seconds. The amount of physical strength restored, so the healing. Yeah, so that's the healing move. So that means for Lapras, it's not the Unite move. For Lapras, it is probably its healing move. But it doesn't really give shield. Not sure. We'll need to see. Sometimes the translation from Chinese to English is not the greatest, so we'll see. So adjustment to holding items. The orange glasses, the damage decreased from 65 to 60%. Still going to be very strong on Espeon and a few other Pokemon. Proof of the King said that as the crown, not the Drain Crown, but the other one, effect change from 240 defense reduction to 45 defense reduction. Okay, that's actually huge, I think. I mean, I don't know what is the total defense of a defender. So if it's attacking, let's say, a Mamoswine with high defense, probably it's better. But if it's attacking a backliner, like a Cinderace with very low defense, now it's doing less defense reduction, but at the same time, which like it wouldn't matter. Penetrating Spoon, same thing. Instead of defense reduction to 40, it just reduces defense by 45%. I like the percentage ones more. I find that they're a little bit more balanced rather than a particular number of defense reduction, because like I said, if you're attacking backline or frontline, it's going to be very different and it's going to be a little bit unbalanced at times. So this is composition adjustment. So the ice properties, 4 ice and 5 ice, it says new effect, gain 60 defense and special defense. I don't recall what were the buffs right now for ice, but and I don't know if these are additional to what the current buffs are or if these instead of. We'll see. The Ibrahimovic partners, I guess those are EVs, move damage increase. So the 5 EVs move damage increase from 30 to 35, so they get a little buff. And 6, the meteor damage is increased by 20%. Oof. I don't know, meteor damage was pretty strong already. Was pretty strong. Eevee comp was pretty good. I don't know. I don't know if it was needed. And the grass, so the number of grass seeds that is needed has been reduced for the last 2. So it went from 10, 40, 80, 140 to 100 to 10, 40, 80, 120, 180. This is good. It's not enough. I find that you still would... Grass needs a little bit something different. I think the 40 is too high. Like I was explaining at my previous stream, I would rather get 4 10s, because 4 10s will give me 4 basic Pokemon, which I'm just going to sell and get 4 coins, rather than spending the 40. 40 will probably give me I don't know what are the odds, but it feels like it's a 60-40 or like 65-35% of getting a blue and the purple. Now, regardless of which one you get a blue, you're completely shafted because you're gonna get only 2 coins for selling it. If you get the purple one, well, if it's the purple one you need, great. If it's not a purple one you need, well, you get 3 coins, which is still not as good as getting 4 coins. I would definitely always take the 4 coins. Then the 80 will give you the purple one that you need, but like the 80 is worth it. I would probably bring it lower than 80. Maybe I would personally bring it 10, 30, 60, 100, and 150 or 100. Yeah, 150 probably. Well, the last one is substantial, the last payout, because you do get some rare items and you do get an orange 2-star, I believe. So the last one might want to stay like around 160, but the other ones need to go down. They need to go down, and also grass as a composition is not great. You don't have a diver. You're very you don't have a tank in the front. Tsarina is not that meaningful yet, so I think grass is still not super playable. If you've seen my last stream, we created this new strategy for how to keep winning, and we won 7 out of 8 games, and the 8th game that we lost is because we played grass. So and you probably find a bunch of other videos out there that will tell you that grass is not ideal. All right, so those were the patch notes for this patch. I am very happy with Pokemon Unite sending out patches quite often, especially for this new game mode that they're balancing. It shows that they're actually playing around and adjusting things, because I see what they're thinking and how they're thinking. Instead of they're not just adjusting damage of this move versus damage of that move. They're adjusting the methodology behind the damage calculations and behind some of the calculations and overall the meta, which is very good, which is a lot of fun. So I'm hoping to see this game in global soon. I don't know when that's going to happen, and hopefully it's not just going to be a limited time event. It's going to be a forever event. So stay tuned. Please hit the like button, subscribe. I was thinking of making a guide for some strategies for this game, but I'm trying to see if I get a good amount of subscribers for this content before I do that. So please subscribe, and once I hit, let's put a target of about 20 subscribers, I'll release more of these guide videos. Thank you. Have a good one. Cheers.